Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another replay cast, no HD review this time, as, of course, 9.15.2, the probably most useless patch in the history of mankind, has hit the server. The great features of this patch include completely destroying the compatibility between replays from older versions, which is great addition to the game. Really helps out YouTube content creators, so much appreciate that. Wargaming, good new feature. Also remember that useful mini-map feature where you could see the line where your gun is aiming on the mini-map? Well, that is gone as well, because fuck you. Great new feature as well. And in somewhere between these great changes, they also managed to sneak in that 100-year tank fun mode, which is not a lot of fun, but you know, it's, you know, a game mode that, you know, works. And, you know, you play it like once and then you don't play it again. But at least, you know, the replays are not compatible. That's always there. Anyways, enough passive aggressiveness towards wargaming. Playing on Prokhorovka in a T-34-3 tier 9 game with 3 arties. Pretty Ebola matchmaking when you know, first look at it. But we get the good spawn on Prokhorovka, so obviously gonna be playing around the hill. Managed to land the first shot in the game on that Borsig. The first shot that I did fire didn't fucking go anywhere, but you know, well, just tracked the T-34. And the shot actually looked pretty accurate, which is rather impressive for a gun like this, so probably did manage to get that blind shot actually on target. The T-34-3 was spotting me, and now he is pretending to be a train, which is rather weird thing to do in this game, but a lot of people tend to do it for some fucking reason. As you can see, chuk chuk motherfucker. The problem is this gun is just completely incapable of aiming between those rail cards, and this probably, well, yeah, this is just, I don't even know what the fuck I was trying to do there. Anyways, did not get spotted, or maybe I was just spotted all the time. Either way, that shit is gone now, so we don't have to worry about it too much. As usual, on Prokhorovka, gonna be playing that bush on top there. That is one of the most overpowered positions I know on this map, and pretty much in the game as well. I mean, you get to spot them, they can't spot you back, and you also can sometimes shoot them. I mean, this guy's way in the open, so I won't be able to shoot him without getting spotted, but a lot of the times you can shoot those people without getting spotted. If you have good gun depression, you don't even have to commit as much as I did there in order to shoot them. So a really powerful position you should definitely try to use whenever possible. If you expect to get spotted after shooting, though, definitely just run the fuck away, because the middle people will be focused in trying to shoot you in the face. So you should try to avoid that by maybe turning around before you even shoot, or doing something similar to that, as getting shot in the face is not really nice. So yeah. But of course, the good news is whenever you're not spotted, you can shoot the people in the middle back, if, you know, they are spotted. T-34-3 dies there by the Yak Tiger, and now we're gonna peek up on this position once again. The T-34 actually dies. I would not have even taken that shot on him that I did, but he got tracked, and it's kind of a wasteful thing to not go for a tracked or for a tracking shot on somebody like that right in the middle of the open. Had a pretty nice shot here on the Spice Panzer, and he's the only threat left in the middle, which is really good for us. It means that we can actually get spotted up here. Here, maybe it would have been better to go for the tracking on this guy as well, more than, you know, trying to shoot the Borsig, but I do decide to shoot the Borsig in the end. I mean, if you think about it, it shouldn't be that hard to light up that E75 when whatever or he decides to do, but that Borsig could definitely become a problem later. Obviously, it is much easier shot to make for me as well, and you know, damage is damage. Now, the E75, bad thing about shooting something like that with this gun is that his side of his turret is 170 armor, had some slight angle to it, and I'm not gonna even be able to dream about penetrating that. But as long as we still have 3 arties, we should be just fine in, you know, just out-arting him, I guess. That was pretty poor peek, no reason to really take that one. The Skoda seems to be absolutely AFK, which is not all that nice either. But there's nothing we can really do about it. We have to just try to keep him lit up for the RD to shit on him. 2 RDs fire blind there for some reason. They couldn't wait for me to me to re-peek them, re-peek him and spot him, but you know, just arty things, I guess. While I cannot bend the turret very effectively on the 75, I can definitely go for the hull, and he's showing the side of it as well, expecting me to be in the same position I was before. So a pretty decent shot there, reducing his health by a pretty significant amount as well. That's the good thing about this tank. Whenever you can't bend it, will hit like a brick, and even tier 9s don't really want to be taking these shots at all. So the bad news now is that the Jagdtiger is heading towards the middle. That thing can really put down some fire from that position, especially if nobody can spot him. We still have that CDC there, but I'm not really sure how long he's gonna live. Trying to sit up here, maybe I can spot the Borsig, maybe the E75. There's no way I can really justify pushing, because even if only the Borsig shoots me, my hit points go down to a one shot for anything. The SU might be still supporting, and they still do have 3 RDs, so there's no chance really to push anything, but the Jagdtiger might actually be a shot I might be able to take with this. Seems that he's going to peek that CDC, and pretty nice shot there over the top. Again, not really what you expect from this gun, but it does land every once in a while, and when it does, it hits like a brick, as I said. Did not get spotted for that shot, meaning that if the Borsig is still up here, he's sitting behind a bunch of bushes, and same goes for the E75. We somehow do manage to spot the Borsig. Not really sure how the fuck did that work, but whatever. We get the kill, and that guy is done for now. The Skoda seems to be absolutely AFK for the last around, you know, 2-3 minutes, so we can't really count on him to do anything, so we just kind of have to take it easy here. KB4 turret, or whatever the fuck it is blocking our shot, and now the RDs do get spotted, but we actually cannot hit those from here, sadly. But definitely worth checking. The E75 did lose a bit more health, so now he's not a very healthy boy anymore. We should be, well, you know, if the Skoda did actually wake up, so the Skoda should be easily able to deal with that, and we are just sitting up here waiting for that SU. So this should be a pretty clean up now. The Skoda needs to finish off that E75, and we pretty much got this side. Switching between the RDs, well, possibly being able to shoot RDs, and the Jagdtiger. The Jagdtiger finally comes out in the open, but at the same time the SU does as well. And here's pretty poor play by me, looking towards the Jagdtiger that isn't spotted and then going back to this guy. Really doesn't help with this gun's aiming time, but I don't get punished for that rather bad play, which, you know, is nice, I guess, but definitely shouldn't do it like that. If your enemy isn't spotted, you shouldn't look away with a gun like this. You can always just right click and just look around without turning your turret in order to increase your chances to hit whatever the fuck you were aiming at to begin with. Anyways, peeking here in the middle just because it's the fastest way. I don't really think I'm going to be able to do much here. It's pretty much most of our RDs are dead, and only one of them are remaining. I can spot this Jagdtiger rather easily, but there's not really much I can do about dealing with him effectively. I mean, I could go for him. If he doesn't track me, I could kill him, and I would kill him, but at the same time, they do still have 2 RDs, so very likely that I would just get RD for that. And our Skoda is a bit of a dummy. I would think that he would just kill the RD and go for the Jagdtiger afterwards, but he does none of that, so I have to relocate to kill the RDs on my own. The Skoda isn't even supporting or spotting the Jagdtiger, so a really useless guy to have it in our team at the moment, and it's been like that pretty much for the entire game. The push he made against the E75 was the only useful thing he did there, and he lost all his health for it as well. And now going, obviously, for the RD. Not the greatest gun depression, but I don't really see them aiming this way. Actually, at the time, I didn't even notice that he was behind another RD, but I did get lucky with my shot, and the S51 should be picked up by either our RD or that Spy Spencer on the hill. And that is exactly what happens, and this is pretty much like game over now. The Jagdtiger is still in the middle. Had around 1000 health last time we saw him, but maybe RD actually nailed the shot on him while he was not spotted. As you know, we saw before, these RDs really like to take their blind shots. And yeah, there he is, 200 health remaining. Not really a good shot for this gun at that range, but we do get to do the tracking before shit is over and our Jagdtiger finishes him off. And now the last guy remaining, as far as I remember, he had like 200 health, so it should not be a problem whatsoever. So pretty decent game for us. A bit frustrating that the Skoda wasn't playing it for the half of the time, but he did, as I said, one thing he needed to do is just to push that East and E5, and after that I can handle everything else on my own. And that is pretty much what we did. Probably get a lot of spotting, among with one blind shot plus the damage I've done as already, so around 4,000 damage done here. So a pretty decent game. Could have shot a bit earlier there to get that kill as well, but hey, life is hard. And here is the end plate. Ace Tanker, 7,487 experience with the triple, patrol duty and high caliber. 4,159 damage done, 3,251 assisted. Picked up 3 kills and had 1,610 base experience. And in the end of the day, we made 172,000 credits after the repairs and resupply of ammunition, but we did get a 40,000 bonus, probably from the Clan War Stronghold Reserve, so it would have made around 130 grand without that, which is still a pretty decent result, to say the least. So another game to prove that every dog has its day, even though the T-34-3 in general is not the greatest tier 8 premium medium, especially for its price, it can still perform very well and, well, better than you could expect, really. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this replay cast, and I'll see you on the next one.